thing you say now. The Lord can hear.
Cannon will be used against you. I should play on the green side.
Oh, have you seen there's a new Spirit Island tier list by Red Revenge?
It was in my
And you recommended.
but the last tier list I watched was also called the final tier list. I'm not going to watch this one because I feel like that's retconning. And there's simply no way that much has changed.
Okay, it just needs to verify that I am who I am. Thanks for choosing this great time, YouTube.
A little bit of 2FA. Suspicious activity.
Are we just going to play the Thunderbolt deck for now? Give it another go.
Give it one more crack, because we did only play one game with it, and it was against a deck that kind of was always going to be pretty good against it. So this is a much more normal deck. If you can't beat Reg Lat, well, not even Reg Lat, it's Aesop's Lat, so it's almost regular Lat.
Forced Lat. Is that what it is?
Forced?
Yeah, as in people that love Lat so much, they forced it.
It's just a. I mean, it could probably be the exact same deck in most other good IDs, but it just runs all the good criminal breakers. It runs okay econ with pawn shop, and then a couple of things that kind of justify the pawn shop, and that's really all there is to it.
Okay, and then let me just test. This is working.
Most other good IDs, but
cool. It works. It's live. And then I just need to go to Slack.
Could you send me the link to the YouTube as well, so I can show my friends and family that I'm live? Because I've got a friend back home who plays Netrunner.
Oh yeah.
Who will be awake, and if Christy doesn't have anything better to do, maybe she'll see how famous I am.
Is the problem ping you on Slack is probably the easiest because I have it right from them. Or you can just search my YouTube channel and then it's on there. Cool. I need to turn this a bit so that I can read things if they appear. There we go. That's how I can do it. Cool. There is absolutely no one watching. Excellent.
Well, there will be.
That's what we wanted. Now, unfortunately, I have a plant behind my head, but
it's alright.
I'll make it work.
It's nice ambiance.
And also, I should hide a lot of these things that are on here.
If I request a card go up on the display screen, does everyone get to see it? How easy is it to summon forth a card?
They don't get to see it. Is the short of it.
Ah, sad. I just need to check this shit out. It installs cards for cheap.
Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. And then don't need that. All right. Let me just. Push those over.
The only proxy in the deck is Fenris, which I've just written Fenris and his install.
Fenris. What's Fenris?
DJ Fenris?
Oh.
You don't know Fenris?
I feel like there used to be a program called Fenrir, maybe.
I wouldn't know it.
Um,
My areas of knowledge of the base box and modern Netrunner. Everything in the middle, I missed out on.
all right. Oh yeah, I organised this deck again to try and like figure out what we were doing here.
Okay.
And
And
what
we
did
were
I
doing?
I put in another Brasilia.
The cool harmonics that we hope will work. Gatekeepers because they're good, but they technically don't synergize with the deck, but whatever.
Yeah, that's the main change that we haven't tested, is that it's just got 3 of every good asset, which
Yeah.
I am not convinced. But
I think this asset's nuts and it's so good that you shouldn't cut it. This asset works because this is currently an asset spam deck, and this is just an amazing thing. This is probably questionable use of influence, but
yeah,
is a really, really good asset and lets you do a lot of stuff. None of these need to be here, but they're pretty cool. You could have we
We're
could
gonna
run
find
0,
out.
but these are currently. Are we running Rashidas? Are there Rashidas in there?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's also those.
Let me spill some tokens on the table, and then we'll play some Netrunner.
Yeah. So how's your week been?
It's good. Still in that new job high,
Yeah.
but
You enjoying it?
yeah, it's good.
Very good.
It's like I learn something new each week that I'm like, wow, this place is great to work.
Nice.
But let's talk more about Netrunner.
Sure. I have not played this deck before, but it's just lat. How hard can it possibly be?
Yeah, you just play cards and sell them.
You just ask your opponent how many cards they have in hand every turn.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need a lap dice.
Okay.
There we go.
And he starts with 5 beautiful credits and a link.
Yeah, I don't know why they printed that bit on him.
There, it's very odd. There's also a link on one side of Hashiko, which is arguably even odder. Which I think they are intending to fully retire the use for link in a month or 2. So, because like every trace card is FFG, there are no NSG trace cards.
Yeah.
And link only works with trace. So crazy. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would you like to mulligan
I'm
land?
gonna stick with my perfect hand.
It's a perfect hand?
Yeah.
I can't compete.
It's got
This is
4
crazy.
Rashidas in it, so you know
It's
it's
got-
good.
That is a perfect hand. It can't be beat. I'm going to. I don't know what a perfect hand is, but I'm gonna mulligan.
It probably has pawn shop in it.
It probably does have pawn shop in it. This one doesn't, so this one's going. It did have the price in it though, which could be anything. It could even be
It
a
could
pawn
be a pawn
shop.
shop. Yeah. It could be 2 copies of the price as well.
Ooh, yeah, it could be my other 2 prices.
Then you
and
just
then
throw
the
them straight in the
diesel.
bin. Might some of those. Oh, I need to get better. Just need to get better at Netrunner, really.
Okay. I mean, I'll do what I can. Alright. I have drawn my cards.
You have no choice but to stick with it.
I have no
I'm gonna
choice
get
but to
started. Good luck,
play
have
with these
fun.
cards. You too.
I will draw for turn.
Uh-huh.
Perfect. Let's do a good old install, install, and install.
Very nice. I will.
3 in hand,
Thank you.
just to make it difficult for you.
Yeah, it's a slightly awkward number. I need to do some amount of math. See, any other HB deck, think about this, I would just run that first click, no questions asked. Like, But this one, that might be very slightly annoying.
It's not an Anansi, so
It's not Anansi wasn't the issue with 5 credits. The issue is only Tithe And how much is tithe really an issue? I've got to ask myself. And the answer is not at all.
So it will get your hand size down. Isn't that what you want?
It will get my hand size down. I'm running here, first click.
Ablative.
Okay, that's fine. I'll bounce. Second click.
Now you might think, wow, an ablative with no threat text, that sucks. But I'll just de-res it later.
Is going to be running your HQ. Access you.
It's a wave.
It's a wave. And then I'm going to spend my last 2 clicks and 4 money installing 2 coalescences, and then I'm going to take all the money off them.
Gosh.
So that's going to be taking 8 money off.
That's a lot of money. Over to me?
Yes, it's over to you. And I draw a card because I'm lat.
Yeah, you're on 3.
You
Yeah.
have 3.
I draw for turn.
Yes, you do.
I will pay 3.
Oh, will you just?
Stegadon.
Will you just? Oh, okay.
And
the game is now very interesting.
basically GG.
Wow.
In my eyes. I've got 4 cards in hand, and you've got problems now.
I've got 4 clicks to play with. Nah, it's fine. I've got 2 copies of Turbine. We're just gonna take things slow.
2 copies. You're gonna play both.
What? You'll be laughing about your extra 1 strength until I've got 2 turbines on the board. First click, I'm going to Diesel to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3.
Well, you forget that Stegadon also reduces the strength of each icebreaker by 2. So
Well,
it cancels out your turbine,
But not my second turbine.
but then ask for another Stegadon by then. So we'll see.
We'll get to that when we get to that. Oh, Christ alive. This is diabolical.
Like, I have no credits. Just remember that. 0 credits.
Well, there's no way to get back from low econ in that deck either. So, I've spent my first click, and you've got 4.
Yep.
So if I go, you. I'm going to play Sure Gamble for 4 more money. I'm going to play Propeller for 1 money, putting on it 4 beautiful counters.
Cool.
And I'm going to play. I'm going to win your hand again.
Yeah, I mean, it's shuffled. There
This
you
one,
go.
please.
It's a Brasilia.
It is a Brasilia. I will not interact with that at all.
Didn't think so.
And I will black draw. Your turn.
Alright, I draw for turn. I will take 3 credits.
Wow, that's powerful.
Just gotta. Oh wait, sorry. I could have.
You could have de-resed the ablative when I ran, yeah, if you
I
wanted to.
would have done so, and I would have gained a credit.
You would gain a credit, that's true.
Which actually means my turn would be very different.
Okay.
Would it?
Yeah, the threat text doesn't come online just because it's face down now. It will cost you some credits now.
I think I will just take. You like having 5 cards though. I'm going to take 2 credits, and I'm going to install a card from my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Which will be. Peller is pretty cheap to break through that thing.
It's pretty cheap to break through a lot of things.
I'll put this here.
Lovely. You have 4.
4 cards.
Nothing happens at the start of my turn. I'm going to first click
No cards in archives.
Install hammer.
Ugh.
Ah, my one little bit of asset tech. Actually, I've got 2 cards for asset tech. Second click is Hannah-ing here, getting my second click back.
It's Brasilia.
Hello, Brasilia. You're just an upgrade.
Yeah.
When you raise a piece of ice during a run against the server, you may de-raise another piece of ice. If you do, the raised ice gains +3 strength for the remainder of the run. Use this ability only once per turn. It is such dire text that I'm not even going to trash it, because that truly is not going to do anything. But I get my second click back. With it, second click is a draw. Third click is install environmental testing for 3. And last click is gain of money.
Alright.
Which then gets me a lateral.
I drop a turn. Let's do install, install, install. 2 cards in hand.
2 cards in hand.
There's no way you're going to deal with that.
There's just simply no way. First click is gosh, this is all terrible. First click is install K2 CP turbine for 4. Placing 1 power counter on environmental testing. Second click is install simul chip for 1.
Nice.
Going into 2. Third click is running the new server. Not with Hannah, just regular.
Not with Hannah. Whenever a run begins. Can't use that.
You can't use that, that is
But
not real
I
text.
can res Tithe. This overpowered ice.
Oh my god. You do a net damage to me.
Yeah. I gain a credit. Oh, actually, sorry. As I'm thinking about resing it.
Oh wow. More events are going on.
I'll res the working prototype first. Which, does it trigger itself?
Yes.
Excellent.
It's very, very good.
Then I res the Tithe.
Now you're cooking.
Yeah, and then I gain 1 from the Tithe and also do a net damage. We're going to do that one. That's a Muse.
It is a Muse.
Good to see that.
But I'm not amused.
And now you should know that you have to resolve end the run unless you trash one of your installed cards.
Oh my god, one of my installed cards. I love my installed cards. I will trash a Coalescence.
Yeah.
An empty Coalescence.
Cool.
To progress onward.
Excellent.
Through the Tithe and trash working prototype for 2 money. Actually, just thinking. Before I access, I'm gonna trash my Simul chip.
Yep.
To fetch. Oh no, I've only got space for 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't found my freaking console yet, so nothing fancy can happen without consequence.
Well, you could get rid of the other coalescence.
I could get rid of the other coalescence, but it's kind of.
You plan to get Perisha? Is that what?
Yeah, I just think Perisha is probably pretty. It should probably happen. Popping you, trashing, doing this, finding Perisha. It's the top card. It's the top card, ladies and gentlemen. It's that easy. Shuffling my deck.
So the mistake here was when I did net damage, I hit the Muse out of your hand.
Yeah.
And enabled you to consider this opportunity.
Yeah, which is going to become very valuable.
Think about my... No, it's fine. I'll think about my actions next time.
Okay. Well, it's not a May. It's not a May, so you do have to do the net damage.
So then you access.
I will access. I will spend my 2 Perisha money.
No more working prototypes.
Gosh, that was my second click. And now you've got 2 cards in hand.
You also trigger environmental testing.
Twice. Going up to 4.
Yeah, you do. It's installed both times.
Yeah, it's both of them are installed.
Cool.
Popping you to gain. Money. Now I'm going to draw a card. And my last click is going to be playing Creative Commission for 4 more money.
We have Lucy, and also Christy is here.
Oh,
so
hi Christy.
You can say hello. Hello, Christy.
Hello, Christy.
We'll get you into this game one day.
It hasn't happened.
Did you manage to get your lat draw as well?
Oh, I did.
That's absurd. The things lat will do to draw cards.
The absurd lines I will take.
Over to me?
Yes, it is over to you.
I drop a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do...
Okay, so the overwhelming power that is the best card in the deck, Tithe.
Install, and then take 2 credits.
Humble, but powerful. Interesting. Not many cards in the hand over there. So why are you protecting HQ? The question is begged. Beginning of my turn, I get my Perisha credits back. I'm going to draw a card. Draw a card. I'm going to...
Oh, apparently there aren't streams on Friday usually.
We found ourselves our niche.
Wow. Do you know who Eric Hayden is?
No, I don't.
Well, Eric Hayden is from Neon Static, and he's in the chat.
Oh, Eric
Very
from Neon
cool.
Static.
Thanks
Wow.
Thanks for letting us know. Yeah, I
Hi,
saw
Eric.
the spin down dice from Neon Static videos, and I was like, gonna have to sort out a group order of those, and got like, I must have ordered like 8 sets or something, but I did a little group order with other UK players. So we
Nice.
managed to get these beautiful dice.
Well, I'm giving up on lat draws. I'm just drawing cards the old-fashioned way.
You don't want to go down
I'm
to
going
2
to draw a
cards?
regular card, and then I'm going to play an Aesop's Pawn Shop.
Oh,
Your turn.
wow, the core card in your deck has finally turned up.
It has finally turned up, and now I've killed all my good things to eat, so we're just going to eat Perishas, which I actually really want for this matchup, I guess.
Alright, I drop a turn.
Maybe I don't. Maybe I'd keep it. But then, no, I can't keep Perisha around. That's crazy.
Now, let me remind myself what this card does.
So this has 2 strength at the moment because of Turbine, and I
Okay.
can boost the strength for free. So I only need to spend my 1
So you can
credit on
achieve 10 strength. That's
effortlessly.
That's the maximum, though.
There is no way to
hypothetically.
go. Currently, there's no way to go above 10. So if you pull out, I don't know what it would take. Brown and 4 vines.
Let's do.
Actually, no. You've got cards in the deck that boost the strength.
First, I'll draw a card.
Yep. Do a quick spread for the camera. Don't look.
Second, I will draw a card.
Making my life easier.
And third, I will install over here.
Lovely.
4 in hand. I'm figuring out how to have cards in hand for you.
Well, I suppose the first thing I should do is try and use the point of the deck, which is to...
You're getting rid of Parisha.
Parisha's going. Okay.
That's...
Don't talk to me about it.
I'm surprised, but, you know.
It's
because I feel like your deck, when you see this matchup, your deck quickly becomes, where is Parisha and where is Hannah? And then...
Yeah, that's what
and then things
think.
are pretty
but then
great.
Parisha ended up on top of a Muse, which does not amuse me.
You want to eat the Muse,
I do want to eat the Muse. I do.
You got a lot of credits there.
I do have a lot of credits.
We've got one set of credits between us right now, so you're going to have to have some 5s occasionally.
Okay. Now we are going to... First click can just be Hannah through here.
Remember, I have Stegodon.
And what are you going to do with Stegodon?
Whenever a run begins... Oh, one not.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to read the text of it and learn how to play the game.
The absurd amount of Stegodon text.
Cool. I will take a credit. I'm assuming you're learning all fire.
I am doing nothing about it.
And then you can lose this sure gamble.
Ah, my money. And
then access.
I would love to access.
You see a warm reception.
I will trash it for 2 money. Okay, Aesop's is still ahead of the curve here. It's still ahead of the curve. And because it was successful, I get my full turn back. You have a beautiful 4 cards in hand. So this turn can start with a little bit of something we call drawing a card. Second click can be Diesel. Third click can be spending 1 money on the price.
Very nice. Let's see what happens.
1.
That is a valid legal target.
2.
There's also a valid legal target.
3.
4. There's 4 cards.
There's 4 cards. Cards broken. Ah, so many good valid legal targets. So many. But the one that I need right now is obviously Boitada.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, a turbine is pretty great. It
Turbine's
cancels out
pretty
my
cool.
Stegodon. So.
Well, this one's already cancelling out your Stegodon. This one's cancelling out.
Oh
the
yeah,
next
no,
one.
I meant as in you've already got 1, so you account for 1 Stegodon.
This is the win con, but he can come back later.
Yeah.
I think. There were simul chips. There were always simul chips. I don't have to pay for Boitada. He's just free.
Very nice.
And then my last click is simply going to be installing a stone chip chart room. Over to you.
No lat draw. Oof.
It's embarrassing. It's
Yeah.
shameful.
I draw for turn. And then with these wonderful cards,
Lillipad usually makes lat draws more complicated, but in this case, for this hand, I can tell you it would make things a little bit easier, actually.
let's go for install, take a credit.
Okay.
Putting me down to 3 cards in hand.
Start of my turn, I use Aesop's to trash this Muse, gaining me 3 money, and turning on Boitada. I would like a smiley face or sad face token for things like Boitada to tell me whether they're active or not.
I mean, you can have a Pokemon coin.
If Pokemon's happy,
it's
if
a
he's
dragon
alive.
now, yeah.
If he's just like emo,
Yeah.
he's dead. He's currently alive. Boitada's fed. And for my first click, I play first click, I'm going to spend 1 money on the price.
Very nice. The price is such a good card.
Oh, it's so good. It's
It's
actually
only 2 influence, right? Yeah.
It might be too good, but we'll leave that to the scholars. 2, 3, 4. Some more good targets here. Realizing this deck is full of good targets, but it's going to be
Yeah, unsurprising.
Lily Pad.
Unfortunately,
we're saying goodbye here
first,
to Cleaver. DZ can is not coming back, but
you can hold the cards way closer, by the way. Like
oh yeah,
here.
okay. Spending an extra 1 on the Lily Pad because the price doesn't. It's not spark of inspiration. That makes my life happier by a decent margin. My second click is going to be installing a little card called Muse.
Excellent.
Spending 2 money on the Muse. It's gonna have a rifle through my bin to find I think just Persia. We don't need to get too silly with it just yet. Why am I shuffling my bin?
Rush is back.
So my second click is installing this. I'm going to draw a card of Lily Pad.
Yep.
And I'm going to use Hannah to run over here, spending 1 money to break 2 Century subroutines.
Cool.
How good's that?
Yeah. Spend your money.
Spending my money. I would like to access.
Before you do
before I access, you may.
I will rest this card called Spin Doctor.
Ooh, that's a good card.
Just going to really throw off your entire turn now. You're like, oh, let's get down to 3 cards. What's going on? And then, do I want to use it to put these cards back in? Considering you have free Parisha credits, I am going to do so.
Okay.
Just in case you rebirth into Hashiko.
You
now can't run archives for an access.
That's true.
An excellent strategy.
I do still get my click back though, because Hannah still counts that as a successful run.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Yeah. You gain the click as soon as the run started.
Yes.
It's just that you don't take a tag because it was not successful nor unsuccessful.
That's true. That's true. Now how many cards are you on? You're on beautiful 5. So got 2 clicks left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of my 6 MU being used up. I'm going to draw a card. And I guess I just value gain a credit.
Cool.
And then I get my lateral, unless you would like to take any other actions.
No. Over to me.
Yes, over to you.
I draw for turn. Let's see. I will spend 3 clicks to advance this card 3 times and score out of Vitruvius.
Oh, it's only Vitruvius.
Letting us enjoy the wonders of threat 3.
Threat 3!
And then I need to discard a card. I will discard this card to archives and then move everything over so it can fit on the map.
Okay.
Over to you.
Pawn shop. Parisha.
5 in hand for you.
Gone. Printing me 3 money. Haters will say that Parisha probably should have been a coalescence. Haters are right. Nothing else happens at the start of my turn. This readies You are happy. So I cards of 5. Install Buzzsaw for 4. That's happening. Draws a card of lily pad.
Yep.
Then environmental testing for 3. The order's correct because I drew that off. This one off lily pad.
Okay. Yeah.
Third click is going to be draw a card. Order, who cares?
And then probably play something. Actually, it doesn't matter because you
One
can
must
always
assume.
just discard
One must assume.
and you'll still get that draw.
I would like to play something. I would like to play a DJ Fenos.
Cool, for 3 credits.
And it's just going to target Steve.
Yep.
So I don't have any way to
You get
signify
to draw.
that. I get to draw a beautiful card.
Let me go quickly grab your Steve.
Oh, thank you. You're too kind. For your viewing pleasure. Now that people are here, I need to disclaim that this is my first time playing this deck. So if I'm messing up all the lat stuff, it's because I'm not very good at this game.
Over to me.
It is indeed.
I've got 5 cards in hand. I draw for turn. And my turn is going to be... Let's do... Install.
Mm-hmm.
Install.
Mm-hmm.
And... take a credit.
Very good. Okay. Start of my turn. Ace
Four
ups
in
hits my
hand.
muse. Happy's Boitata. Gains me 3 money. Anything else? Nope. I'm going to One, two, three, 4.
Now, as is a testing stream, I can say things like, look, this is how good it looks on... This is 480p.
Hey, that's pretty fun.
Yeah,
That
like,
that
I
one's not an
can-
easy game to stream.
I can
honestly.
identify a good number of... Well, I can identify every card there.
That's pretty
So,
good.
Yeah.
I'd say it's crystal clear.
I think it only goes up to 720p, but
So it's only so fancy you can get with it.
you can see the dice numbers and stuff as well. You can see
Yeah.
the credits. Yeah, it's
Hey,
good.
Not bad.
Very happy.
I'm trying to think if there's anything good left in this deck, and the answer is probably that there is not. So first click is going to be running on your HQ.
First click, this is.
This is a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway because I want Steve's stuff.
First click, yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting decisions to make. Oh, I can do my Stegodon.
You can.
Yeah. Which I will do. This goes down, earns me a whole credit.
It does get you a credit.
And I tap the Stegodon for being used. And then I will make the decision to res Wave.
This is each run, so it doesn't really tap itself. You can just do it at the beginning of every
once
run.
per turn.
Is it only once per turn?
Yeah. Whenever a run begins, I may de-res.
Okay, sorry. I thought that was just like... Right, so you don't have to use it.
Oh, right, yeah, but...
It doesn't have to be the first run. It just...
No, but what's more important is the top text is, if I've de-resed a piece of ice by any method, that works.
Yes.
So the de-res ability on it is once per turn, but it is just constantly in effect if I have other ways to de-res ice.
And it's a fabulous thing. Okay.
You've come across a wave.
I've
I've res this ice during a run, so I'm going to go have a little look for something. What piece of ice do I most want out of this deck?
In this world.
The piece of ice I really want is called Fully Operational.
Yeah, if it could draw you fully up, that would be pretty good. Gatekeeper can draw you fully up.
I think we're going to go get...
Drafter can also draw you fully up, but like
get
kind of
Tithe.
properly. Okay, interesting. That tells me that the bloops are already in the ecosystem.
It could be the case.
So you've given away more than you think.
It would be impossible to know. Man, once I get a fully operational, like, the game is over for you.
Oh, I mean, needless to say.
But right now I'm just sweating on low amounts of cards.
So you paid for your thing, but you got the money back
Yep.
from your steg.
So I spent net 1 for it, and that puts me now on 5 cards in hand. You are successful. Oh, sorry, I also get to trigger this unless you're going to break it.
I will spend 1 money to deny you that 1 money.
How petty.
Which I can do without boosting strength because of turbo.
Yeah.
I would like to trigger Steve.
Excellent. What are you getting back?
Steve is going to offer you a choice between...
I have a feeling there's not going to be a choice coming here.
You know, Steve offers the most interesting decision trees to the opponent.
I wish that Steve said 2 different cards. I think that would be
Yes,
really
I think that's the
interesting.
most obvious and like reasonable fix that you could do.
But I imagine it also would slow down the game a lot.
It would mean that the decisions would take a freaking long time.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but I mean that's the price of doing business. It's gonna just do 2 sure gambles.
Oh, did you remember that a piece of ice has been de-res during that run?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you do still.
Yeah, because I had the turbine.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would be right. So Steve eats 1 sure gamble and gives me the other one, and they call him a grifter. I'd say that's just honest. And then I'll access this card right here.
That middle one. It's a bloop.
Oh, the bloop is in the ecosystem, but not installed. How pleasant. The bloop has 5 strength. It is a sentry.
Well, it might have 6 strength, is something to remember.
A ice has been de-res this turn, so this effect is still active, I
No,
think.
during that run. It's just during that run. So, I would only be able to... Well, you know there's a Brasilia in here. If you run this server, I can de-res the wave
Yes.
to increase the strength with Brasilia
Yeah.
by 3, and also I can...
Well, because bloop will also de-res the wave, meaning the ability will
Yes.
trigger whenever you can res bloop.
Yeah.
So if you res bloop, it comes in at 5, effectively plus 2, so that's 7, and it's a sentry, so I'll be using my Happy Boy Tata. Happy Boy Tata would break a 7 cost sentry, starting at
3
3.
strength.
It would
So
need
then
to
it-
gain 3 strength,
So it costs 2 for that.
2.
And then it has to break subroutines twice, which is 1 for each pair. So it's 5.
I think I need to boost it twice because it starts at...
Oh, because, yeah, also you'd get minus 2
So
strength.
yeah, it starts at... You need to break a 5
7.
strength at... starting at minus 2. So it's going to have to use the KGCP to start at 1.
But also...
And then I need to use it twice.
There's a Brasilia here. Oh, but the Brasilia, I'd have to... Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd only have one thing I can de-res.
and it costs you 3 credits.
Yeah. And I have 3 credits.
Wow.
Convenient.
That is convenient. I'm going to second click place your gamble to gain $4. Third click, I'm going to I don't think do I have anything left in the deck that like SMC or something can have? Probably not. So third click is going to be there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Run here with. Do I use Hannah? Maybe we should just be silly.
Oh.
Third click, I'm going to. No, I'm not going to be too silly. Gosh, I'm sorry.
An amount of silly.
Just a reasonable amount of silly. I'm going to use Hannah Palantra to run over here.
Hannah into this server. What click is this?
Third click.
Very interesting.
But I get it back, so I got 2 more clicks after this.
Now, we need to play the maths game.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you what this card is so we can count together how the numbers work. This is a gatekeeper.
Okay.
And I will have to pay 3 for it. However, as you know, there is a Brazilian here that I could de-res way. So currently, I think you'd be able to afford it, even with the inconvenience. Yeah, it's at 6 strength, so
6.
you pay
So
3,
4. Yeah.
4. But if I increase it by 3 more strength, then it gets a lot more annoying because it actually goes up. It actually goes up by 5 strength.
Yeah.
Because of the Stegodon. So I think I have no choice but to do that. So I will do that. So this is a 9 strength gatekeeper, and all your things have -2 strength.
Okay, that bounce.
So it fires. How many cards do I want to draw? I will draw a whole 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Reveal up to 3 agendas in HQ and/or archives. I will reveal 3 agendas in HQ, and I'll shuffle those into R&D.
Oh, interesting.
Because we don't need to look at those.
That does give me a tag from Hannah.
It does.
So I've got 2 clicks left.
I thought it was your 3rd click. Oh yes,
I got it
because
back.
Hannah is.
So I've got 2 clicks left. I now have 3 clicks left because Hannah's going and we're moving my tag.
Cool.
And those 3 clicks are going to look a little something like. Playing Muse for 2. Which fetches a conduit.
Interesting.
For 4. Draws me a card of Felipe. Then it's going to be 2 more clicks. Going to use conduit to run through here.
I do nothing because that is not a 0 to res card.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So you access 1
I would
card.
love to access 1 card. I will spend 2 to trash that. My last click, I will use conduit again to run through here.
Accessing 2 this time.
Yes, please.
First card.
No action.
Second card.
No action.
Cool.
And then you take up to 2.
Over to me.
Then I discard down to hand size.
Yep, I have 5, so you'll be able to get your free lat
And
draw.
then I get a free lat draw. Your turn.
I draw for turn because
Mhm.
I must in such a game.
Stuff. Oh, I should get 2 environmental testings.
I will install in this remote over here
Mhm.
and res a spin doctor.
Okay.
In fact, do I want this in the remote?
Yeah, you can just put it outside.
Yeah, it can be in this new room. Oh gosh, it's a spin doctor, so it's difficult. It will be. Is that?
They can.
It's just about visible.
Yeah,
There we
it's
go.
a spin dark. They get the idea.
And I will res it to draw 2 cards. Then I will install, and lastly, I will take a credit.
Very good.
And then I need to discard one. I will discard from hand.
Okay.
5 in hand again.
Start of turn, I'm going to Aesop's my stone ship to gain 3. Making Boitata happy because he just cares about your installed cards.
Yep.
I'm going to. You ready up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're capped out. First click can be using conduit to run your R&D.
Cool.
So Novez, would you like to use your Stegodon or anything like that?
Oh, that's a good point. I can have some free money if I do that.
Well, free is such a subjective.
I could have a whole credit. I will not.
Okay. I would like to
Accessing
access
3
3.
cards.
Yep.
First card.
No action.
Second card.
Steal.
Third card.
That is a ganked.
Oh.
Would you like to trash it to force me to encounter ADD unres piece of ice?
No. Would you like to pay 3 to get rid of it?
It's kind of expensive.
Yeah, I never realised 3 is awfully expensive.
It can stay.
Cool.
Second click can be conduiting your R&D again.
I will use Stegodon to de-res this gatekeeper.
Okay.
Earns me a credit, and then I'll pay 2 to res wave,
Right.
which lets me go search for a piece of ice.
Shuffling your deck, allowing me a fresh pool of cards to witness.
Oh, I meant to reveal it. I took a tithe before.
You did reveal the tithe, which is why I knew that there were bloops everywhere.
Cool. I will
in hand.
take this ablative.
It's a good card at this stage in the game.
It is.
Now that 3 agenda points have been scored.
It's been a good card for a while, but unfortunately, as is often the case with fully operational decks, if you don't draw fully operational,
They're not as good.
the deck isn't very good
Or
anymore.
Rashida. We haven't seen any Rashidas either.
That's also true.
So really,
yeah.
what's the point in playing Corporation if you can't play fully off on Rashidas?
All right. Would you like to let it fire?
No, I'll spend 1 money
That's 6 in hand now.
with my 5 strength buzzsaw to
Yep.
chop it down.
And then you access 4 cards.
4 cards, please. Yes.
1.
No action.
2.
No action.
3.
No action.
4.
No action. 2 more clicks. I'm going to. These are the 2 new entries into servers, right?
These were the 2 new entries.
Okay.
These have been here for over a 10.
Right. First click is running over here. Oh, the third click is running over there.
No res. Access.
Yes, please.
Wage workers.
Ah.
Also a card that has never come up until now.
Yeah, it's a pretty good card, but it's also too expensive for you to use. so that can stay.
That's not true. I can credit,
Res,
credit, and have it.
credit.
Yeah.
Which is actually probably your next turn. Like 100% that's probably your next turn. That being said, it is staying for now, because if that's your next turn, I'm not that sad.
Yeah.
Last click is going to be running over here.
No action. Continue.
Yes, please.
You get a Stegodon.
Thank you.
Now we're both on threat 3.
Oh, too kind. I discard down to hand size by throwing away my Aesop's pawn shop, and then I draw a card.
Not from that, because I've got 6 cards in hand. Yeah.
Okay.
Wave is just good tech.
That was incredible.
Alright, I draw for turn.
Yes, you do.
I will take 2 credits. I will take a 3rd credit, giving me a action for something, which will be taking a credit.
Wow.
And then I will throw out these 2.
Okay.
5 in hand.
Okay. I will first click run your archives.
Now let me think. I will use the Spin Doctor.
Oh, will you?
To put a face down and a face down back into the deck. You can access the rest, of which you find 2 pieces of a biotic and a piece of ice.
The best card in the deck.
Yeah.
But it's probably not doing a whole lot now.
It's not fully operational though.
Also, there was this guy's Boytard is sad, by the way.
I don't think I've earned a single credit for a card which you would describe as economic. I have earned a click from wage workers.
Your money has been freaking dire. I would argue to no fault of the deck, because you just haven't drawn any Rashida or any fully up.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do that.
Yeah, I should have put them on top of my deck.
You did draw a working operational, and you didn't.
A working prototype.
A working prototype, and you didn't.
All right, that was your first.
Yeah, that was mostly to shuffle the deck, because now we're going to.
Yeah.
Walk over here.
You hit a wave.
Spend 1 money to deny.
Am I going to de-res it?
You can't. It needs to be another server.
Oh yes. Cool. You deny me a credit. Then you see 5 cards.
Yes, please.
1.
Trash for 1.
Wow, you wouldn't even let me have one of them.
Yeah,
2.
Steal.
3.
Stays.
4.
Trash for 1.
And 5.
Stays.
2 Rashidas in the bin. Never to be seen.
Next click.
Poor Rashida.
So this will be my 3rd click, is going to be running here again with Conduit.
Cool.
Spending 1 to deny the credit.
1.
No interaction.
2.
No interaction.
3.
Steal and win.
Yeah. I expected as much. I just needed this to fire once. If I had a single...
Yeah, then you can actually get
I was like, if I can get wave to fire once, you give me 1 credit because you're like, that's 1 credit. Then I can res this, trash a card, earning 2 to res the wage workers, to then take a whole 4 credits. But yeah, I was just very unfortunate. I think also I drew the waves early in a way that wasn't helpful. But then, like, where are these fully operational? It's like, it's just all money in here now.
Literally, yeah, because
it's just all value and money and agendas, and that's it.
Because the first game we played, you drew like 2 fully ups early, and your money was nuts. Like, it wasn't even a thought that I could econ you. And I was playing an econ denial deck, but that wasn't even on the table. This game was completely different the other direction. You had 0 funds. You couldn't even res.
Like, I do think genuinely I should put Gaslight in just to go get fully operational,
Okay.
and then you have good spin doctor targets.
I'm actually
as well.
for actually seeing that game. We basically just need more copies of Fully Up, and Gaslight is Fully Up. The thing is, I was trashing some of the assets. I would have found.
Yeah. However, I'm not convinced
Okay.
that this is.
I somewhat agree, not because I think that this is the wrong angle for the deck to take, but because I think Thunderbolt pretty much can't work. But I'm gonna keep trying, and I'm with you. Okay, so we can Glacier.
Yeah,
one
well, I
remote
mean,
server is the jam.
Cohort could just go. That's fine.
Yeah, I think if we're going to do
well-
one remote server, it should be like Charlotte.
She costs 0, doesn't she? She
She costs 0 to res.
which is also a benefit.
Well, you need to advance her, so she kind of costs 1.
Yeah, but as in like you can use her for triggering. Oh yeah, this is probably assuming that we would basically take out all of the asset stuff in here.
Yeah, so if we're just not doing asset, we still keep Rashida because it's Rashida, but we cut.
Rashida, Spin Doctor.
We cut the cohorts. We keep the Spin Doctors. We cut the working prototypes. And the working prototypes so good in the deck. So I think we should probably keep some of the working prototypes because if you don't find Rashida, working prototypes almost just go.
But you can just have. Oh yeah, but then we're also not playing fully. Yeah. I feel like a lot has to change.
Yeah. We're redoing the whole deck. We're redoing the whole deck.
I don't know why I'm taking the cards out because it is just.
What are we keeping?
We're just taking like literally core set cards basically, as in like essential cards for every deck. All of that goes. We probably keep the ganked because the ganked is suitably like an annoying amount of threat. Like it can be game loss. Game loss ganked.
Maybe.
For one of them, for 2 influence, I think it just like doubles up the scariness of Thunderbolt's power. Which is not very scary to me.
Again, they could just end the run if they want to.
And then the problem you then get into though is if you're playing. So the reason why you want to go wide is that you force the runner to run in lots of different places.
Yes, that's the idea. I think if I have to always let you res, these res are tied. Okay, this is a pain. Oh, now he's res day. Dude, the Gatekeeper. I maybe wasn't putting enough respect on just how difficult it is to break a 6 to 8 strength Gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Because actually, that's kind of all you need. How many cards can be an 8 strength Gatekeeper full stop?
Well, also you can make it. It goes to 9 with Brasilia. Well, for that run.
Even with the Dream of Brasilia, you can make any ice infinitely big. But just fundamentally, like, I was looking at that remote server thinking, like, if you had money, and you didn't, but if you did, I wouldn't be able to pressure your Essentials, because if I was pressuring your Essentials, I was letting you de-res Gatekeeper, and I don't have any bypass. So any world where you de-res Gatekeeper is a world where you can just put an agenda behind one Gatekeeper, nothing else.
Yeah.
And when you res the Gatekeeper and de-res whatever you res on Essentials, because assuming that you're making me res other things, that's 8 strength. Really not much can do anything about that.
You did also have Buzzsaw, which is the worst thing going into it.
Well, with the K2CP though,
Yeah.
with the turbine.
So I wonder if... So right now we're playing a game where what you want, your agenda scoring server, your wage workers server, your working prototype, if it stays up server, and maybe like a cohort guidance server. That's 4 remote servers. What if instead you have 2 remote servers, which are wage workers?
We still want wage workers?
I think it's the best way to be able to score. I'm wondering whether you change all of these asset cards, maybe even more of them, into operations.
Yep.
And you try and use wage workers to play 3 operations and then have something else to do.
3 operations is your whole hand. You're saying like...
I think it's doable though, because you play 3 greasing the palm. You still play fully operational because you're going to have...
You still play so you're like a 2 remote server.
You play like a small fully operational. Like fully operational
is good at 2
have,
remotes. That's true.
If you have 2 remotes, it's just hedge fund from 1.
Okay.
Or it's card draw. It's like it's so good already.
It's so good. Okay.
It doesn't need to be in 100.
These can all go. These don't make it really any sense aside from the fact they say D-res.
They do say D-res on them,
and it says install, which is fine, but it's just not a good asset if you're not playing on triple installing every turn.
Yeah, and I think you're not planning to, because there was a turn where I was going to try and use that to install Vitruvius at the start of my turn.
It does not work too fast advance.
Oh.
You can't.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it really is just for like
Yeah.
pushing out, like vomiting your hand.
Yeah, so you replace these with red level clearance, greasing the palm as like a really easy bare minimum, and then you could also even play less ice because you.
I don't know, man, because now we're saying we're not spamming, we're going reasonably tall, and I felt like the ice situation wasn't there.
I think it's just too deep. You go too deep on most servers. Actually, okay, maybe there's not much ice in here.
Yeah, there was really not.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
What's
7,
normal?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, 12 ice is not much, is it?
Is there any chat that we should be looking at?
Just that Lucy, who's running the Reading tournament, said I should ask her about click trackers to use on stream because
we
they have some big chunky ones. Yeah, I just have poker chips because.
Is it?
I
didn't bring any.
I mean, it's definitely Stegodon.
It's definitely Stegodon. There's no doubt.
I mean, is it enough? I mean, you could have a. No,
I mean, Stegodon didn't matter that game, but that we're doing a different deck. So maybe that game it should just be forgotten. Honestly, the agenda suite didn't seem bad because like you're going slow. It's equal.
Yeah, I guess Vitruvius is slightly less appealing now because it was mostly interesting for being able to get back fully up.
Well, we're still running fully up, and it's still good. Is the idea? I think we like. It's like the dream server is like Tithe, Wage Workers, Fat Server, Charlotte, and then like annoying ice in HQ, so that if you ever run my centrals, I get to do my weird DVez stuff, and it's all a nightmare.
Yeah, let me try.
How much influence is the Charlotte?
Oh, Charlotte's, I think they're 2
like,
or 3.
We're basically trying to be like budget Ag Infusion, right? Is that a sensible thing to say?
I don't think so.
Because it's like my ice is extra weird, especially when it's not versed. You want to run multiple different servers, but actually it's better just to run the same 1 or 2 over and over again. Because my ID is like disincentivizes you from running different servers all the time.
Yeah, the problem with Wage Workers is it stays like, well, if it stays up, like if effectively your ID was Wage Workers, you'd just be like, I win.
Well, Mirrormorph is that, and Mirrormorph is not that good.
It is not. It's not Wage Workers. Wage Workers, you can advance a card 4 times. You can't do that with Mirrormorph.
Well, you can do if you've been ticking a MCA.
Because you could take active policing worth considering. You can install a card, they get 1 less click. Threat 3, probably not. Distributed tracing for greasing the palm value. No, just kidding.
No.
What is best? I mean, there's obviously seamless as well. Maybe it's like a mix of seamless and like 2 seamless and a biotic.
2 seamless.
There's also corporate hospitality, although that doesn't work with Wage Workers at all. Right? As an additional cost, spend a click. If you had an additional click as well, then you could, but then it's not really doing it.
Corporate hospitality is it's just not that good. So we could pretend to be PD and just run like pretty solid stats with a couple of extra like AP stuff, and just say that's.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing though, is now we're just not playing Tithe.
Yeah, because what else? The reason why I thought going wide and fully up was good was because little ice really Tithe is so good.
Yeah.
That Tithe cheap asset can be a real board state as opposed to kind of a joke.
Well, but what are the chances you draw all 3 types? That's the thing. As in, assume that maybe you've got 2 types at some point.
But also, like, Wave is similar to that, in that you kind of don't want to just allow it to be res on a
Yeah, although
a
I
simple
do
cheap
wonder
website.
if the wave bloop thing is just a trap.
It genuinely is, but there's no other ice.
Well, you could spend all your influence on like Stavka is terrifying.
A Stavka that ends the run is not that much better than a Stavka that doesn't, though, is it?
It's the additional extra strength and the fact that you
The
can
one
that you can re-res it later on.
and trash more cards. Yeah, it's nice.
But I guess like how efficient are people at breaking sentries overall? I don't know. I feel like we're maybe just forcing.
Yeah, we're forcing a Stegodon
Yeah.
Thunderbolt. This is the point of the stream. This is what we've spent like not that much time forcing Thunderbolt to work compared to many enthusiasts.
I guess we have to. Well, is it like what will change for the new set? Because obviously,
But they might print new
as the
ice
group
for
will
it.
rotate, there might be additional harmonic ice. That's probably actually the biggest
Yeah,
thing.
they're-
This
they'll-
would be a very good harmonics deck eventually, if it had a few more. If it had like a 0-cost harmonics.
Yeah, this actually might be the ID for harmonics, but also maybe you just run it in PD or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's fine.
But yeah,
They
with,
need like
Acid
more
Group going,
tides.
what does it become?
They print like 6 more cards that are tithe, and then every ice is awesome.
Yeah.
Every ice is like a 2 strength sentry that refunds, basically costs 0 and ends the run and does a net damage.
Alright, I've decided we're going to give up on forcing this deck for now. I don't think it is. It felt like there could be a space somewhere for a Thunderbolt deck that could be never S tier. Not that there's a tier
Yeah.
list. Never S tier, but it could be like an A or a good B, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there is
Gosh,
a deck like that.
These dice are so satisfying.
Yeah.
It's either
Maybe it is like 3 Gaslight. Gaslight's 1 influence each.
yeah.
And also, like,
Gosh.
Gaslight can just sit there as a fully operational.
It's basically like
fuel
another
as
copy
well.
of Rashida. Because if it survives, it gets you the effect that Rashida is going to give you.
And in fact, you can use it on the same turn as a Rashida.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe that is the gap.
It's so funny.
I think we
And it
should
costs 2 to trash. Rashida costs 1.
force building something else on stream in a bit, but
Okay.
probably after eating some food. I think that would be the best plan. Let
Okay.
me just check. Let's go away and do that, and then we can just stream some more later.
Sounds good.
For the late night people, and also for the people finishing work in the US, because
Yeah, why not?
it's 5 hours different there. Cool. Let's do that. Thanks to people that came and watched and looked at it a bit. It was helpful to know that it's working, and that seemingly the sync delay stuff we put on doesn't seem too broken. So that's good to know. And means we can do more of this.
Yeah.
Because it's the first time setting this up at home. So I've now learned what should go where, how it should be set up, and that should be good for the future. So we'll catch you all later. You know, usual spiel, of course, like, subscribe, whatever.
Yeah,
but
of
mostly play Netrunner.
Yes,
Um,
that's the important thing. That's the important takeaway. Try Spirit Island, you'll probably like it, but most importantly, play Netrunner.
Yeah, and we'll probably just do some more stream testing later, but we'll build a deck on stream because that seems like it'll be a lot more fun. Cool. See you guys.